guys, I told you all I'll be back. I'm back. I need to find a new phrase to just replace that, but I'm really back. So hopefully before this video you've watched the video where I answered some questions and I answered some assumptions. You know, I answered as much as I could. I promise that I'll be back to answer some dilemmas. So many people were just sending me all these scenarios like, sis, what would you do if this happened? What would you do if that happened? What should I do if this, my boyfriend did this, my man did this, my MCM did this? Listen, I'm not Dr. Phil, but I will try. I could tell you how Adaora does it. This is Adora's advice. I'm going to tell you that what I would do in that situation. It's going to be my views. Respect that it's my opinion and what I would do. Not telling you to go out and follow everything that I would do, but more time I'm right. So let's get to it. People actually did send these to me, so I'm just answering what is literally on my Curious Cat. Whether they are real situations or not, I'm sure someone can probably find some sort of guidance or help in what I'm about to say. My first dilemma: should I make up with my friend? We had an argument because she accused me of bullying her. We've been friends for years and I would never ever bully her. I expressed this, but she continued to yell at me, called me ugly. Oh hell no!
I don't like that.
And said she's had enough of putting up with me. She then apologized, but I cut her off and blocked her. Am I being petty? Should I make up or stand my ground? Sis, if you're angry with someone, there's a lot of things that you can say, but to insult them is another thing. If you're saying that this is someone that is supposed to have been your friend for a number of years, they should know you, they should know what you're like, they should know your character. For the fact that they're accusing you of something as serious as bullying them, that's a bit mense, don't you think? And then on top of that, if she's annoyed with you, she wants to call you ugly.
Ugly. Never felt that, never been through that, don't know what that is, only know millions have it.
You know you're not ugly. Friends should not be saying that type of stuff to each other. Babe, at the end of the day, I don't know how old you are, you're going to get to a point where you're going to realise that there's a lot of people in this life that you do not need. And think of all the other friends that you have that are probably way nicer than she is. Babe, at the end of the day, I understand there's some friendships that I've had where I literally, when I stopped being friends with these particular girls one by one, it's like my heart would break every single time. To fall out with a friend that you considered to always be friends with, someone that was probably be the godfather or godmother of your children, be at your wedding. At the end of the day, it's always going to happen because people change. You grow up and you grow out of friendships, but it's one thing to grow out of a friendship and it's another thing for your friend to deliberately insult you. I would say, sis, if you're asking me whether you should be friends with this girl again, I would say no. Why is she calling you ugly? Why is she calling you ugly? There's no need for that. People like to stretch it, you know. You're angry with someone, that's fine, but don't stretch it, hun. Hey girl, not an assumption, but it's Ramadan. Obviously, we've passed Ramadan now. I'm making this the day after Eid, so Eid Mubarak to everyone that celebrated that. I hope you lot had a wonderful, wonderful time, even during quarantine, but let me go back to the question. It's Ramadan, so I made an excuse that I want to be religious and not talk to men during Ramadan so this boy can leave me alone for a bit. Ramadan coming to an end now and I don't know what excuse to use once it's over. Any tips? Sis, you need to make sure that that guy knows that it's not that. That's gonna cause problems for you. Now, babe, look at what you're doing now. You don't know what to do now.
Babe, you is stuck, baby, stuck. Get it together.
You're crying now, you're confused, you're pissed. It depends. If he's got your number, then sis, you absolutely, what are you even doing? You don't even like him and you're giving out your number. That's a bit, think about it. Think. What the hell? Like, why are you even, why? Why would you go as far as pretend? First of all, sis, you're even rude. You're even rude for pretending that you want to be religious just so someone can. If you have to go to that extent, babe, honestly, just block, delete, and just hope that he will go away and not annoy you. But if you want my tip, I actually do not have a tip for you, sis. I would just say to block and delete and just go about your day, because no one's scary enough for you to even be having second thoughts of what you should do. Sis, just block and delete and just be on your way. Okay, what's next? Hi sis, I know you said that you only want to be sent assumptions and questions, but I do have a quick dilemma and I hope that you could answer it. Oh my god, the paragraphs, guys. It's fine. How do I get over a breakup? I literally just broke up with my boyfriend not too long ago. You're always tweeting about self-confidence and self-love. Do you have any advice on how I can get over my heartbreak? Now, Obviously, as I said, I'm quite newly single. Breakups are always going to be hard. Let me tell you one thing. I think a lot of people give themselves a hard time when they're going through a breakup and they feel like they're supposed to bounce back immediately after, you know, their boyfriend's broken up with them or they've broken up with their boyfriend. Bro, it's not possible. Like, if you saw a future with that person, you are going to be upset. It's a normal thing. It happens, and that's fine. Like, I always say to my friends, and what I had to do is that I really had to, this is going to sound so like morbid and deep and dark, but I really had to mourn the loss of a relationship, because that's what it is. You're mourning the loss of something that you've built for, it could be a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 2-3 months, however long you've been going out with that person, because even before you were going out with that person there would have been a talking stage and all of that. So that would be someone that you're getting to know, especially if you do end up going out with that person and that becomes your boyfriend or your girlfriend. The advice that I would give, and this is me speaking from personal experience, you need to make sure that you're not either putting yourself in situations where you could see him or making yourself purposely upset. I'm gonna bring you into a little bit of my mistakes. I am that girlfriend that will be on your page 24/7. I will be on your likes 24/7. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'll be on my man's page. But that's just something that I do. That's just something that I've done. I will pre, okay? I would say the biggest issue for me when transitioning out of being in a relationship is, I mean, this is if you haven't blocked this person. That's another thing. With me, I have to block. Like, you have to go, you have to be gone. I don't want to have any sort of contact with you. Because I don't have anything to say to you, and you shouldn't have anything to say to me. I don't believe in all of that closure shit. It's literally just setting yourself up for disaster. There's nothing to talk about. If the relationship is done, then the relationship is done. There's no like, meet up 2 months later, meet up 3 months later to talk about how our relationship was 3 months ago or however long ago. Bro, honestly, I don't care enough. I feel like that's the attitude that you have to have. So I'm the type of person where, okay, it's done, cool, it's done. I'm gonna block you, I'm gonna delete you, I'm gonna get all my stuff. Anything that has to do with me being attached to you is gone. I have it all back. You don't have to message me for nothing, I don't have to message you for nothing, that's it. But an issue that I do have is, I find it hard to transition out of the, this isn't my man anymore, I shouldn't be lurking on his page, I shouldn't really be in his likes, I shouldn't really be watching his stuff. I'm a very, very entitled girl. I really do think that the world revolves around me and I could do whatever I want. And if I see something that I don't like, I'm gonna message you straight away. I won't block you and I'll be like, babe, no, that's what we're not gonna do. What does that tweet mean? Oh, are these supposed to be song lyrics? You shouldn't be saying that because don't embarrass me because that was my biggest problem. And even though I guess the guys that I've been with, they know that I'm like that and they will never be like to me, oh well, it's not like we're going out anymore, so blah 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 blah. They will never say that. But who's to say that if I carried on with that, you know, behavior, that they would say something like that to me? Because at the end of the day, it's not my man anymore. So my biggest thing that I had to do, not just the recent breakup, you need to give yourself a day where you are just like, okay, Adaora, I'm mentally checking out of this situation, that's it. I'm never gonna go on this page again. If you do have to block, then block, because sometimes that does help, but it's not like you have to block to stop yourself from going onto his page. Because for me, once I stopped preying, and I'll be honest with you, if you want a bit more information, I probably shouldn't even be saying this. He probably doesn't even watch my videos, so whatever. But there was a bit of not a tiff, but we'd had a bit of a disagreement because I didn't agree with some of the stuff that he was saying or tweeting. This is after we'd broken up, and he also didn't agree with some of the stuff that I was saying. And then I thought to myself, do you know what, this is just meant, like, how are we having a disagreement on stuff, or why am I pulling him up on things when I'm not even his girl anymore? I never want to come across as that ex. You never want to come across as the crazy ex. To get over a breakup, you need to fully mourn the loss of the relationship. If that means you have to cry, then you have to cry. If that means you have to eat, then you have to eat. I feel like when you're breaking up with a guy, your friends are so important in uplifting you. I don't know how I would have been able to get through any of my breakups if it weren't for my parents, my siblings and my friends. They were at my house 24/7, just helping me adjust, because you know, you're so used to being with a boyfriend all the time, you know, being at his all the time, he's at yours all the time, that you just miss that company. And my friends were really good in like coming to my house all the time, but then also giving me enough space to be able to, like, if I wanted to cry, I could cry without them. If I wanted to like do whatever, be upset, be moody, I could do that without them being around. I love my friends so much. Oh my god, I talk about them all the time, but I really love them. Anyway, sis, honestly, if you're trying to get over a breakup, you need to really just make sure that you're completely over this guy. No pre-in, do not pre that page, because you're going to see something and it's going to set you off. Don't pre. Make sure that you get all your stuff. Make sure you get your clothes, your this, your that, anything that you left at his, and just be done with that situation. You can still be cordial with that guy if you want to be cordial, depending on how you lot broke up. You can still be cordial with him, but it doesn't have to be like friendly, because if you break up, they shouldn't be getting the privilege of still being able to have 24/7 access to you and all of that. No way. Exclusive stuff, okay? Exclusivity, okay? Okay. Sis, I find it really hard to let go of grudges. I've been holding grudges with certain people for ages and it's been weighing me down. What should I do? I'll be honest, I could almost say that I can't really help you with that, because that's something that I'm working on. I'm trying to get to heaven, okay? So like I have had people that I've had issues with in the past reach out to me, and I've been more willing to talk. If it was before, if it was like a couple of years ago, it would actually just be like, no, I want to fight. What? It's really hard. But I would say, even though I am working on it as well, I would say that holding grudges, it is very energy consuming. Even for me, like, I can be so angry with someone, and then maybe a couple years later I stop speaking to that person. A couple years later, there are some people where I can't even remember what they've actually done to me, but I know that I know that it's an issue. Do you know what I mean? That's not the way that you want to live, you know. I really do admire people that are like, just let bygones be bygones, forgive and forget. But it's the forgetting and not being able to forget that makes it hard to forgive. So it's a bit like, what do you do? But I do believe that, I don't know, I just feel like with grudges, it doesn't mean that you have to be friends with that person tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you have to kiss that person's ass. It doesn't mean that it has to be fun times with this former friend or this person that you speak of. But you don't need to hold a grudge. Like, you just let bygones be bygones. No one needs to be petty. No one needs to indirect. No one needs to do all of that stuff. You just move on with your life. And yeah, you don't even necessarily have to hope the best for that person. I'll be honest, the people that I don't like, I do not do all of that. Oh, I still wish them the best. And I still, no, I actually wish you the worst. But yeah, it doesn't have to be any bad blood. I'm starting to become suspicious of my man, and I feel like I should start to go through his phone. It's not something that I've ever done it in the past, but my boyfriend at the moment makes me feel so insecure. What should I do? Sis, don't go through his phone. A guy that I was with quite some time ago, he was a tramp, to be fair. He was actually the worst. But when I became suspicious and I went through his phone, honestly, it's probably the worst thing that I could have done. As soon as you do become suspicious and you're not able to have like an open conversation with that person that you're with, this is guy or girl, by the way. If you become suspicious and you feel like you can't have an open conversation with that person, I mean, they could end up lying. But if you come to them with the, bro, this is what you've done that's making me feel like you're doing this, that and the third. If you lot aren't able to have that type of conversation and you feel like you need to jump straight to his or her phone, it's a problem, it's an issue. And already you've broken the trust. Whether you find something or not, you've broken that trust, because even if you don't find something necessarily bad that day, you can decide, okay, well, I haven't found something this week, but next week, the next time I'm at yours, I'm gonna go through that phone and I'm gonna find something that I don't like. When you go digging deep somewhere that you shouldn't necessarily be, you're gonna read into things in a way that you shouldn't read into them, innit? That is just how it goes. That's just how it's always gone. It will drive you insane and it will never ever be the same again. Whether he or she finds out that you've gone through their phone or not, yeah, you're gonna have concrete evidence, but it's gonna leave you so upset that it's almost like you're gonna end up wishing that you never did it. So you just have to trust that your partner is doing what you want him or her to be doing, and if you feel that they're not doing that, then that person needs to go. Do not go through his phone, sis, because you will find something that you don't like. He probably is cheating and he needs to go. Okay? Right, who's next?
Who's next?
I'm talking to this guy and I've referred to him as my MCM for just about 1.5 years. It's getting to nearly 2 years now and he hasn't thought of wifing me. What should I do? Should I leave him? I believe in timing. I don't believe that there should be a time put on when you're supposed to get wifed, because honestly, as a girl, you do not have any control of that. You need to get clarification from the start. So if you got clarification from the start that this guy was like to you, this is where I want to go with you, this is how it's gonna be. For me, that's how I do it. If you're trying to chat to me, it's, bro, there's one ending and there's only one ending. Okay? And during that time, you have to be doing, when you're in that talking stage, sis, if that's your MCM, he has to be doing MCM things. I don't care what anyone says. He has to be taking you out on dates. He has to be showing you that he wants to be your man. He has to be treating you with respect. He has to be, bro, you have to be getting something out of it. He has to be showing you that he likes you. He has to be showing you that you're interested. MCM, you know, a lot of people like to say MCM, but really it's just that they're beaten, or it's just that they like the guy don't really like them, okay? That is just the reality, and I think a lot of girls need to wake up when it comes to that, because that's how you get played. Okay, that's how you get played. Me, from the start, okay, cool, you want to chat to me, you need to show me that you're worth my time. You need to show me that you're worth my time, because I will leave. I will get someone better. When you are in that situation, you need to not be assertive, but you need to make it clear what your intentions are, and you need to be clear about what that person's intentions are, so no one gets the wrong end of the stick, because that's when people start getting disrespectful or people start getting disrespected. Me personally, I couldn't do 1.5 years. I don't think I could even do over 1 year, because what is the, I just feel like with a guy, they always know. Once they start chatting to you, yeah, there are some people where their intentions might have been this in the start and then it's changed once they've gotten to know you and see that you're a nice person and just all of this other rubbish. But more time, a guy knows what he wants when the situation starts. So to avoid any sort of confusion, to avoid any sort of you being upset after and there being an argument, you need to be 100% sure of what's going on. Do not ever get put in a trap of, oh, we're just going with the flow, or yeah, I don't really want to put a title on it. Leave immediately. Pick up your bag and get going, because you need to run. Don't even leave with caution. Run, just run. That's someone that you have no business even talking to. That's someone that's unserious, and that's someone that's going to end up hurting your feelings down the line. I know a lot of girls don't really like to do this, but I will literally be like, so what is it? I'm not wasting my time. You need to tell me what it is. Am I your girl, yes or no? Say it now, or I will leave after. You will never see me again after today. I would give an ultimatum, and a lot of people might not agree with that, but it is literally kind of like, babe, time is money. Time is money, okay? And we're spending a lot of it. So let me know what it is. Am I your girl, yes or no? And then, you know, you can add to. So sis, take from that what you will, but that's what I will personally do. I hope you enjoyed a bit of that. Hashtag Adora's advice, hashtag ask Adaora. If anyone was wondering about my hair, I've actually had this wig for ages, but it was done by Crown Beauty. I know you don't see her all over the TL recently. She's been killing it, but she always does my hair. And it was dyed by my friend Elvina, DBE. I think it's dyed by Elves on Instagram. I'll probably put all of that information below. Obviously they did a great job. I've had this wig for actually quite a long while now, and it's still in amazing condition. But yeah, that's for anyone that is wondering. Oh, and the hair is Adaora hair. The hair dye is really, really good. Even this bit is like highlighted crazy and still very, very good. But yeah, there was still so many. As you lot saw before, I had over 200 assumptions, questions, dilemmas. I'll probably just make it like a ongoing thing. But yeah, I'm going now, guys. I still hope everyone is keeping safe, staying safe, washing their hands, you know, doing all of that stuff to stay safe during this still very crazy time. Anyway, I'm gone now and I will catch you lot in my next video. Bye.